Hey there, TJ here, also known as Tams at TJ Natural Living. How are you doing? So, earlier I've been talking about gluten free and really saving the nation's large intestine. To be honest, I'm just trying to save your complete soul. Hey, because if I knew somebody like me 10 years ago and listened, I'd save myself a whole load of pain and probably save a lot of other people through word of mouth. I'm very passionate about really what we put in our stomachs, not to be critical, not to make you feel uncomfortable, but to really save you a whole world of pain. Because the pain that I went through physically, mentally, and emotionally because of what I ate, it really wasn't worth it. All I needed to do was make a few adjustments over a period of time that would have saved me a lot. I mean, I was in hospital with Pseudo Meiggs Syndrome caused by large uterine fibroids, and they were inside and outside my womb, and they were absolutely massive. They became so massive due to a low immune system and, a few like bad environment and the bad environment along with just a lot of negativity around. It was just like a catalyst of things. It was like one thing led to the other. It was like a domino effect. Which living in London, that kind of stuff can easily happen. And then I ended up in hospital, um, and having to have minor surgery, many minor surgeries, and then major surgery, and it was all because um, of the stuff that I didn't pay attention to from when I was younger. What I was taught when I was younger, growing up in the health world, was you eat the bad rubbish and then you can go to the gym and burn it off and change your diet and you'll be fine. I later found out that that is not really necessarily, in fact, not true. You can't burn off certain things just by going into the gym. And the diet that I chose was a low calorie diet, but it wasn't necessarily a healthy diet. I, like everybody else, got caught up with the Atkins diet and all these diets. I knew in my heart I shouldn't do a diet because whenever I did a diet, I used to gain more than what I was before I did it, so I always used to avoid it. One day I decided to do the Atkins diet. Oh, that really ruined my health. Oh, that was really terrible. And it's just one thing that led to the other. It was just one day and this, and one day I really wanted to lose weight, and I focused only on losing weight and not really getting healthy. Because sometimes we get mixed up with what's healthy and what's not. I just thought you ate, and it's just a coincidence if you got cancer, or you die. I didn't know that it was caused by food. These things came to me later, only after I started suffering. And it started with my naturopath when I went to see him. And I went to see him 2 years or so before I was in hospital. And it still wasn't enough time to really save my gut. Because I just didn't have the power and the knowledge about food that I should have had, that I do have now. And even with the power and the knowledge of the food, you can still go wrong if you don't really get, if it's not in your family, or you're feeling a bit weak, or there's so many reasons why you may not follow through in a great diet. And honestly, most of mine, if I don't follow through in my great diet, is to do with the company I keep. If you're around donut eaters, you're going to find it very difficult to avoid donut. You might end up eating it and not realize you've even ate it until later on. You're like, oh, I hate that donut. Why did I eat it? It's a company you keep. It's not their fault. It's not yours, but we do have blind spots as human beings. Hence, during these blind spot times, I would say be around very powerful people, and also get your family and your spouse to join in with you and tell them the health benefits of really changing the diet. My message to everybody: if you want to start off with the absolute basics on being of preventing disease and being healthier, because you don't know if you're healthy until you see a naturopath or another type of specialist, is definitely start off with gluten free. you start off with gluten-free. There's a lot of processed food in gluten-free, so you have to be careful about that. I don't mean go in to eat processed food. I mean eat foods that don't have gluten in it, like vegetables, some nuts. You got fruits. You got herbs. You got spices. I mean, you gotta be careful with the gluten and spices. They do have gluten in spices and soy. So you gotta be careful with those things as well. And you know, those type of things. And you can eat like even spelt has some form of gluten in it. And you still got to watch out for that kind of thing as well. So my actual notion is to really save the nations from their guts, and also as well, if you are trying to lose weight, which most people are, that and my reviews came up at the top. Most important thing people felt in their health was to lose weight. It was above the cure for cancer, prevention for cancer. I think it's gonna go.